All right, so for the next step, let's first start off by saving this project. So save as, and I'm going to put this in the folder up here. We'll call this light bulb fish, very simply. Okay. Now, let's go back to the Finder. Here we are, Finder. And what we want is the underwater, and the water slice, both of these. So let's open this up. And we get this. Let's start with this. Take the move tool and just drag it into this project. So that's easy. And let's go back to the other window right here. Nope, it's the underwater. All right, take this and just take that and drag it over. Okay. All right, we'll call this underwater. Okay. Hide that for now. Double click on this and call this water slice. Something like that. All right, and the bulb we'll just put all the way underneath. Okay, let's start with the water slice. The first thing we know is we need this outlined. Very simple. To do this, zoom in. Zoom into 200 or 300%. Take a brush, B for brush, and right click. We're going to do an 4585. See if that works. This is my go-to when I do quick mask. 100% opacity. And don't want to brush there. We want to be in quick mask. Quick mask becomes purple, or sorry, not purple, red. In this case, so I'm going to zoom into 300%, or 200 is actually enough. Click and then shift click, 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 shift click. Shift click connects the dots between two brush points. Okay, and I could use a magic wand, and I could do other methods, but for this, I want a nice smooth selection. Parts of it are highlights that I don't want to have jagged edges at all. This is a surface of water, so it's really supposed to be silky. So I'm not going to take any chances. And quick mask is really my go-to for this in this case. All right, something like that. Pretty simple. Zoom out, and then just do the edge and the edge and the edge. Then take the magic wand tool, click in the middle, and select, expand. 10 pixels should be enough, and fill with black. Simple. All right, deselect, and come out of quick mask over here, and let's go here and just do a layer, new layer via copy, Command J. All right, let's hide the one below it. Pretty good. That's a little fuzzy. I wish I had a little less fuzziness on the edge. What I'm going to fix that, I'm going to command click my selection, my mask, my layer that is. And remember, my brush was kind of fuzzy at the top. It was a little too fuzzy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my select and inverse. Right now, the water is selected. If I go to inverse, everything but the water is selected. All right. To see what we're doing, I need to hide the edges because those little marching ants that we see, they're a little in the way of, we can't really see what's happening. So go here to View Extras, or Command H. And now I'm still selecting everything outside of here, but you don't see it. And now I'm going to delete, which I think you can see in here. I usually use just the delete key. So just hit the delete key once. You see, did you notice that a little bit of the top here was shaved off? I'm going to do it again, twice, and a third time, fourth time. Let's try 4 times. See, before, after. You see that? I had a little bit of fuzziness, and now it's nice and sharp. So that's all I wanted. I can go ahead and deselect, and we're good. All right, let's call this water slice, and should be good. Should be good. And let's do. Let's turn this into a smart object, and delete this one. Delete. Okay. So, in my project, I'd stated, whoops, undo that. In my project, I'm going to move this. Command click, by the way, this command click selects the layer. So command click on the water, I can now move it. Okay, it's a good little shortcut to know. In my project, I had basically, here I'll make a little notes thing here. I had made a point to basically, I want to have the surface of the water around here, something like that, with this being all underwater, and then this being this sort of the top part of the water, and this being just air, okay? So I don't know if that makes sense. This is all deep, and we'll put a fish in here after. But so the thing that's really important at this point is what I'm trying to work out is the edge of the water, which will be something like this. All right? So we're going to take the water slice, and we're going to have to curve it a little bit and play with it. So let's start with the bottom bit, something here. And to do that, I'm going to have to open up the Smart Object. And in here, image size, I'm going to have to make this, sorry, not image size, canvas size. Canvas size, we need this to be 4 by 4. I need it to be the same height and width. And now I'm going to have to Command T to transform, free transform, and hold down the Shift key and rotate it exactly minus 90 degrees. Hit OK. Now the reason I'm doing this, it's kind of a funny workaround, but there's a filter that I like to use called shear. And shear makes you be able to bend things left and right, but not top to bottom. So go to distort and shear. Actually, I'm going to turn this into a smart object before I do this so that I can change it later. Convert to smart object, then I apply the filter, distort, shear. All right, shear shows up, it looks like this. Get rid of all these points. In the beginning, it should look like this. And because I want it to curve downwards, and this is the top, left is the top, right is the bottom, I'm going to do something like this. I'm going to put a little point right here, maybe a little point right here, something like this. I could even turn this down a little bit, something like that. I really want it to curve, not too much, but I already have, kind of goes up and down here, so I'm trying to work with that as well. So let's try this. Hit OK, and then let's shrink this a little bit. If I hit save, Command S, it'll apply it right here. All right. So let's just close this, go in here, and now this one needs to be rotated again. Command T and rotate 90 degrees. Hit return. Okay. So now I can place it, and it's looking pretty good. And let's apply some sort of a blending mode here. Probably a hard light will work just for now. Just so we can have some transparency, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and right-click and do a new smart object via copy. Don't just duplicate it, because it'll still be the same smart object, and you want a new smart object, all right? We'll call this top and this bottom. Okay, let's take the top one, bring it up here, and double-click on the smart object, double-click on the shear effect, and this time we're going to do the contrary. So let's do something like this, something like this. Okay, it's pretty good. It's kind of seems like it's more naturally curving this way anyway. Let's try that. Okay, hit OK, and let's just hit save. Command S. Okay, we did a little too much, but it's a good start. Let's close this, and let's take this top water slice. Okay, another thing is, because we're mirroring it, I mean, it's top and bottom, let's at least, Command T, flip it horizontally. So we're not essentially using the same part of the image, or not visibly using the same part of the image too much. All right? Hard light's probably not the best. Well, overlay's even worse. Let's just leave it for now. Hard light. Okay. And I'm going to hit return, so at least it's flipped. All right, now remember, I'm trying to kind of create the illusion that it's kind of a circular thing going on over here. So this is pretty good. This is pretty good. Needs a little bit of work. All of this is actually going to be within the light bulb. So what I'm going to do is create a group right here, and I'm going to select this path that had the bulb. And while the path is selected and this group, I hit the mask one time, it creates a bitmap mask, and a second time it creates a vector mask. All right. Now anything I'm going to put in this group is going to be within the confines of this mask, this vector mask. Okay, so now if I move this bottom one, you see how it's just within the bulb. So it's good. It's a good practice to kind of apply your masks, because it lets you see better what you're dealing with. All right. So let's put the bottom one below it. Actually, I want it. It's the bottom was actually in front, so it needs to be in front at the top. Let's go back into here, see if we can get a little better curve. All right. I do want to see what I'm doing. Command minus to make it small, and shear. Let's do even more, and more, and more. Don't want too much. Might be too much. Something like this. Hit OK. And save. There we go. Okay, it's a little better. I like that. Let's close this. Now it's a little too low, but something like this is pretty good. All right. And let's go to the bottom one. See what we got. I want it to be a little lower. Something like this maybe. That's pretty good. We could always come back a little later, but for now that's pretty good. Okay. Now we have our underwater. It's here. Let's go ahead and put this underneath it all. Okay. Now to put it, it's huge, so we're gonna have to zoom it out and Command T, and we're gonna place this. I'm gonna shrink it, holding down the Alt and the Shift, as mentioned in earlier lessons. And I'm looking around, and actually, I'm gonna escape from here and take it out of the master so we can see what we're dealing with. I want you to see Command T. I have two parts of this image. I have this sort of like what feels like a top part, or over or under water, and what is clearly underwater. All right, so I want the underwater part to be right here, and I want the top part to be above this. That's sort of the idea. All right, so let's go back, bring this underneath here, and let's convert this to a smart object so we don't lose any information. All right, shrink this down, bring the bubbles to the right over here. Maybe make this a little bigger. All right, something like this. All right, we'll mask things out as necessary. All right, that's pretty good. I like that some of these wavy bits are kind of in the top here. That's good. I really want the clearly what's underwater over here. I want that to be on the left side, maybe a little bigger like this. That's kind of good. All right, we're getting pretty close. Let's just hit return for now, and we're good. Okay, so there's a couple of things happening here, and the first thing is while I have my slices of water kind of put out there, and I'm pretty happy with it. Maybe the top one, this angle is a little strange, so I might just move the whole thing, maybe a little higher, or I might have to change that curve a bit. This should come out a little more. I could also just make the whole thing a little bit bigger, like so, and that curve kind of works better in this way. It does make the water seem a little strange. All right, I'm gonna have to go in here and change the curve a tad, and it's really this side right here. See, it's kind of dipping a little too early. So let's change the shear, and it is for right here. So bring this up. Let's bring a nut here. There we go. Something like this. Let's try that. Save. Maybe too much, huh? Okay, go back in here and down. Let's try this. Save. That's better. All right. I don't mind it kind of disappearing a little bit here. It needs to kind of connect. So this is pretty good. I might just, whoops, I'm going to go back to, let's close this and close this, and now we're here. Command tilde toggles between your documents, if you did not know. Save this, close it, go in here, and let's just drag it a little to the right and see what we got. There we go. I kind of like that better. Okay, good. This is a really nice curve, actually. It's a little pointy up here, but we can work with that. Okay, so a couple of things. First of all, the deep underwater, I want it to be not showing up above this coast. So if I command click the top here, all right, and then I select inverse, so it's everything but this, and actually I'm going to deselect, forgot to do one thing. Go to the underwater, hit mask. Let's add masks to all of these. Okay, they're blank, so nothing is being hidden. All right, so the top, I'm going to command click it, and then command shift I to inverse the selection, and then go to the underwater, and with a brush, what I'm doing, is I am going to hide all this that's above this wave line. Okay, Command D to deselect. There we go. It's a lot better already. All right, and for the sliced, so for the top one over here, I'm going to do the same thing. So very soft brush, Command Shift and up to soften that. And let's just go ahead and take some of this out, especially the line. All right. What I really wanted was this top bit, and go to here and do something similar. I really just wanted some of those bubbles and that line. More than anything, I wanted that line. All right. Here, I can get rid of it a little bit here. It's pretty cool. Looking pretty good already. So that's good. Make sure we don't lose that. Feels like I lost a little bit of my, oh, this is the top, bottom one. I feel like I may have lost a little bit of this. I'm going to have to make sure, yeah, we're fine. We got that. Part of the problem is that we're in hard light on each other. And for now, we'll just leave it at that. And yeah, last thing I want to do in here is I actually want to take some of this pattern, this noisy pattern that's back here. And so I'm just going to select, let's just select this, go back down here, and Command J or new layer via copy. So I made a copy of that. And I'm going to take that and put it in the light bulb. All right, so it's in the light bulb group. Let's call this, by the way, bulb group. Okay. Now this piece of noise here, let's call this background. And we're going to take it and move it back here. All right, which means that this little bit that was now transparent, which was showing just a little white, but we want that transparent. I know it's not exactly, and you can see it, but for now, this is what we want. All right. So in the next chapter, we're going to look at some lighting and reflections, and help improve the illusion of the water and the lights.